All right, hi, this is Jeff Howard. I'm going to talk about banjos, and you notice this flag, which we'll talk about in a little while, but that is a handmade flag. Every bit of it is separate pieces of wood. Takes about 10 hours to make that flag, and they're kind of cool, and I bought one, and I told the fellow, Tim, who makes them, that I'd just show them on the videos. But anyway, so let's talk about banjos. So what we're going to do is identify some of the banjos that we sell. So the first thing we'll talk about is the construction of the banjo, okay? And I'm going to pull out a, this happens to be a, was a TB1, okay? All right, so the banjos, just so you know, either have a 5-string neck on them, okay, or a plectrum neck. Now, a plectrum neck is exactly the same as this, except it does not have a 5th string on it. In other words, it's just a hair narrower in this area. But the plectrum neck is the exact same length as a 5-string neck. And Gibson called these RB, 5-string necks, regular banjo. PB stood for plectrum banjo, and TB stood for tenor banjo, okay? So there you go. So there's a tenor neck, so you can see how much shorter the tenor neck is, okay? Now, as long as we're talking about it, there are a couple different headstalks. One is the fiddle, which we can look at closely. That's a fiddle headstock, okay? You see it looks like an upside-down fiddle or bass fiddle. And then the other, which we'll look at, is called a double-cut headstock, all right? And we'll do a little, okay? Okay, so you can see now, we'll put the two together for a second so you can see the difference, okay? Now, the double-cut headstock was on what we call a one-piece flange banjo, which we'll get into that in just a second. So what I'm going to do is go over the typical parts of a banjo. So we'll do some long shots and some close-ups here. And this is kind of a casual video. So when you look at a banjo, you have the different parts. Now, most of banjos have either a flat head or a raised head tone ring. Now, what does that mean? Okay, well, here we go into our pile here. We have, this is a flat head tone ring. All right, I'll put that down for a second. Okay, this is a raised head tone ring. Now, you'll notice that the raised head, there's a raised part about an inch in from the edge of the tone ring. Okay, so that's flat. So when you look at a flat head tone ring, this is what you're going to see. All right. Now, when you look at a raised head tone ring from the outside, this is what you're going to see. Okay. See how you have that line there? So this is the raised head. That's what it looks like. And this, which we're going to look at, we have all our banjos scattered, is a flathead tone ring, okay? And I turn around, okay. Now, either tone ring will set on a shell or rim, okay? That's what it looks like. Now, ideally, now this is a one-piece flange, okay? So just remember that one-piece flange, because we're going to talk about 1 versus 2 in another video, okay? And the ideal rims, this is a rim, are made out of 3-ply hard rock maple. See those lines there? So you have 1, 2, 3. And hard rock maple is really hard to bend, all right? Now, in many cases, this happens to be a rim from or a shell, same name, from a RB4, a 98 made by Gibson. Let's see if we can get a close-up of that serial number here. There you go. So you're going to see that most of the banjos that we sell, which are Gibsons, have a serial number that looks something like that. And you can call us if you want to know what it means. Now, the tone ring sits right on this shell here, okay? And it weighs about 3 pounds. It's a 3-pound tone ring, okay? So in either case, whether it be a raised or a flathead, the tone ring will set on that shell. Now, we're not going to go into elaborate details of what the difference is in the cut. We're just letting you know that there are 2 different ones. We're kind of making a mess here. Okay, so then we have a flange, which is this, and the flange sits, it sits up in this, okay? We'll do a close-up of this. This rim is actually bigger than the flange, so it won't actually fit on. But anyway, that is a one-piece flange. All right? So that shows you the difference between a raised head and a flathead tone ring. And we also discussed a double cut versus a fiddle cut headstock. And that's enough for this video.